Praises of Senzangakhona, the son of Jama. Means the son of Ndaba. Variegation like a multicolored animal, like that of pig or at Bulaweni. Buffalo that goes overlooking the forts. He is like Mzingeli of the Vegana's people. He whose eating mats are beautiful in Mjogwane, whose beautiful mats are eaten from by womenfolk. He captured a woman, the wife of Suguzwayo, and destroyed Suguzwayo and his son. He went in darkness to the Mazolo people and returned by moonlight. And the man turned to vicious critics. He who went with criticism and returned with praises. He whose headdress was wet with the journey. He who spoke and his words resisted but presently accepted. It was as if the darkness was coming with the rain. Tree with fragile trunk. He whose body was beautiful even in the greatest famine, whose face had no fault, whose eyes had no flaw, whose mouth was perfect, whose hands were without defect, a chest which had no blemish, whose feet were faultless, and whose limbs were perfect, thighs also were perfect, and knees which could not be criticized, whose teeth had no spot, whose ears could not be battered, and whose head had no noble carriage. Tall one of the house of Umkabai, live among the thorns, protecting the home. You could hear them saying, "Keep it close, father of secrets." They were not talking to you. They meant your mother, Bulazgaz, she who had imprisoned a lion in the house, who aims the return of Palo, sun that came forth shining brightly, and it was high it spread about its rays, seeking to supply warmth to many bodies. Devourer of Makanda and Zele, who devoured ground nuts of his brother. He devoured the ground nuts of Muli, shells and all. Purer over precipices, who peered into the cave of his brother, who peered in the cave of Zivalele, fountain of rocks of Nobamba, at which I drank and felt faint. I was almost eaten up by the mambas which lay in the thickets and climbing plants. Water of Mpembeni streams, Dwandwe, son of Ndaba, gurgling water of Mpembeni streams. I don't even know where it is going to. Some runs downhill and some runs uphill. It's like Onsa of Zigizeni Kraal, stake forming gatepost of Nomgapi, of which owls perched, of which Pungashi of Trillis is set, of which Matsingwane of Ngonyameni set, of which the Dama of the Majolas set. Mother's baby, get on the back and let us be off. Those who remain do not dispute the case, such as Mbuzo and Zele. Likewise Itusa of Duhankomo, he who captured Nomyani in the south and seized Nontambase, the renowned one, who settled the affairs of Sinyameni and captured Bengalenhle in the south. Tall one, who is higher than a hill, who was equal to the mountain of Skukuni, he who was as heavy as a rock of Zihlala, which could be commanded by those who carry barbed spears, while we of the broad-bladed spears could save ourselves by using a sandstone. Our inspirer at Zwangenda, who inspired me when the cattle went out to graze at midday, who made bitter the aloe of Mahoko, who made pleasant the trifle of Ngindi, who chewed with his mouth without eating, he who was black on both arms, who is like the aloe of the Stubela hill, who plaited a long rope, son of Jama, who plaited a rope and climbed up. There even the ancestral spirits of Makeba could not come. When they tried to climb, they broke their little toes. Expresser of sympathy, here in the magical stone. Not falling on the neck, it will fall on the shoulder. It will play a trick and fall on the flank. Shaker of the head until the neck dislikes it. Perhaps in another year, the trunk will protest. You removed me from below, and I went up above. I returned with yellow corn and threshed and cooked. By an hour they will be left to extort one another, both those with the enemy and those at home. Red-spotted black beast of Nobamba, that goes causing trouble.